Amazing visionaries, insightful people, welcome to a fresh episode of the Insightful Daily with your friend, the visionary of all times, Miss Lesego. My dear friends, in today's episode, our discussion will be centered around the genuine signs of intelligence that cannot be manipulated. So, you know very well that we live in the times where people can paint a superficial, people can paint a not so genuine picture of themselves, and people just love the idea of portraying themselves as intelligent. People like to sound intelligent when in actual fact not everyone is intelligent, not everyone is wise, not everyone is smart. And today the discussion on the Insightful Daily will be about how do you recognize intelligence in people. So make sure you subscribe, hit notification bell, and most importantly, don't forget to follow our channel on anchor.fm at Insightful Daily from Insightful Podcasts. Before we move any further, my dear friends, I'm just gonna throw in a burning question. Do you consider yourself an intelligent person? Have you ever been applauded for your creativity, even though your marks, on the other hand, says the opposite? Do you know how it feels like for people to tell you that you're smart, you're intelligent, when in actual fact, your grades on the other side are saying something totally different? Well, in today's episode, that's what we'll be addressing. My dear friends, in today's episode, we are going to redefine intelligence because many people, maybe because of how we've been trained by the school system, maybe because we've been trained by society, we tend to box intelligence as just something attached to memory, the ability to memorize facts and be able to put them in a test and getting a certain mark. Most people, when they say intelligence, they need that. But actually, intelligence is bigger than that. Getting an A, getting 100%, a 90%, and 80% is not a sign of intelligence. Intelligence is actually bigger than that. And today, that is why I'm here to help you know how do you identify an intelligent person, or how do you know that someone is intelligent, not just based on their grade card, but also based on the science, which really cannot be manipulated because they reveal intelligence from its depth. I hope you're ready for this amazing episode. It is a sad reality, my dear friends, that the current educational system across the whole globe focuses only on grades and marks to determine or to sort of make what we can say is a yardstick for what an intelligent person looks like. But you realize that intelligence is so diverse, intelligence is so broad, intelligence is so deep that not just a paper written, a grade or a percentage that someone has scored in a test or an exam should be used as a mark of intelligence. It's very unfortunate that this kind of system is unable to identify what we call true intelligence, because you'd realize that there are people who are able to mug up all the details that are taught in class and put them in a test, and they'll get an A grade in a test, and then from that outcome we tend to consider them as intelligent. Whereas a kid with a B or C grade can be equally intelligent or even more intelligent than the one who has gotten an A grade. But because we tend to rely so much in this grading system, we tend to box intelligence in that manner. So you'd realize that people who are supposedly more intelligent tend to be overlooked, or their intelligence tend to be overlooked, when in actual fact they are more intelligent than the ones who have grades that are socially or culturally or even according to the system are considered to be a mark and the only mark of intelligence. That's why you realize that people like Albert Einstein were not really like the top student in school. So we tend out to miss on the cream of the crop simply because we are just using one variable as a measurement, as a yardstick for what is termed intelligence. But my dear friends, that's why Insightful Daily is here, to give you insights, to open your eyes, to fill you with light so that you begin to see this or perceive things a bit differently. The first sign of intelligence is the ability to embrace solitude. Insightful people, you need to realize that intelligent people do not have a problem with being in their own company. Intelligent people form a strong bond with their minds. So you'd find that most of the intelligent people in the world are the people who are okay with being by themselves, being in their own space and doing their own things at their own time, avoiding unnecessary conversations, avoiding attending unnecessary events and all that, because when they're in their own company, they're able to do more, they're able to see their life clearly. And you need to hear me clearly. I'm not saying that intelligent people are introverts, no. Intelligent people are ambiverts. They're very selective about the kind of people that they spend their time with. You'd find that if at all they have to be in a company of other people, it's mostly like-minded people who share a mind with them, who understand things from an advanced level, who have interesting things to share with them, who have interesting minds. Just like I told you in the previous episodes of why intelligent people are single, intelligent people are sapiosexual, which means they're attracted to intelligence. So if at all they find themselves in environments where the people do not seem to have interesting minds, do not seem to have or perceive things in an interesting way, they would rather be alone than be in the wrong company. The second sign of intelligence is found in the aspect of being sarcastic and being able to pass silly jokes. Intelligent people do not take life too seriously as people think. Intelligent people always find a way to find humor in every single thing. That is why you find that even when they're in their own company or among other intelligent people, there's a way in which they're able to laugh about things which, seem really silly, because they're able to draw being sarcastic and passing silly jokes from situations which are viewed as too serious. One reason for this is because only intelligent people can improvise on the go. Therefore, they're able to find a way to make use of that humor. The number 3 sign that someone is really intelligent is they understand that they don't know. Intelligent people are people who know that they don't know, and they're not scared to say that I do not know. Because intelligent people, remember, these are people who constantly quest for more knowledge. These are people who constantly seek for more knowledge. And the more they read to acquire more information, the more that they realize that they don't know. You'd find that the people who are not really bright, the people who are not wise, the people who are not smart, the people who are not intelligent are the ones who always overestimate their intelligence. And this is known as the Kruger syndrome, whereby you think you are more intelligent than you actually are. And intelligent people, the reason why most of them are humble is because they understand that the more you know is the more you realize that you really do not know. So my dear friends, you need to know that the more intelligent a person is, the more they realize their limitations. And the more intelligent the person is, the more they begin to doubt their own cognitive capabilities, which is why intelligent people for some reason will always be humble. Intelligent people for some reason will always feel like they don't know, or they believe that the more they look out for knowledge is the more they realize that they don't know. And they understand that I don't know is a very, very powerful word, because the more you reveal that you don't know is the more you open yourself to be teachable and to learn more from those who maybe have more knowledge on a particular subject. My dear friends, the 4th sign of intelligence is curiosity. I remember a couple of years ago, one of my intelligent friends, Mr. Desmond Munyazwe, once said that curiosity didn't kill a cat. Curiosity saved a mouse. And he was absolutely right. That is the whole truth. Just as Albert Einstein once said that I do not have any special talents, I am just passionately curious. That's the whole thing. Intelligent people are curious, and they understand that the more curious you are is the more that you begin to learn more about how the world operates. It is very easy to assume that intelligent people love to read a lot of books. But the truth is, intelligent people do not really go through a lot of books in a day to try to figure out some things. The truth is that intelligent people are curious about everything and anything. They want to figure out, they want to understand how everything and anything works in this world. Intelligent people simply engage their senses and ask really daring questions. Why, who, how, where? Because they want to have more insights on not just surface level, but on a deeper level than what seems to be obvious for many people. Intelligent people are curious about other people. They're curious about other cultures. They're curious about, how other people view things. They're curious about economy. They're curious about politics. They're curious about a whole lot of things. That's why you'd realize that most intelligent people are the kind of people who can work in any environment, and they're able to know how to greet in that environment. Even if it's not that native environment, they're able to know that when you are in East Africa, this is how you greet. When you're in West Africa, this is how you greet. When you're in North Africa, this is how you greet. When you're in the southern part of Africa, this is how you greet. They know a little bit of something about everything, and that's what makes them to be intelligent. So my dear friends, it's good to read, but reading is not always a sign of intelligence. It's not the people who post a list of books they have read this year who are intelligent. No, intelligent ones are the ones who really make sure they read the things that really matter, and from the knowledge that they've acquired in reading the things that they matter, they're able to apply it in their day-to-day lives. So do not think that the intelligent people are those who always have a list of books that they've read. Intelligent people are the ones who will be able to tell you what they've read and what they've used the knowledge they acquired from reading whatever they've read to turn their life around. The fifth sign of intelligence, my dear friends, is creativity. Creativity is a definitive sign that someone is very intelligent, because it requires thinking flexibly outside the box, which is something that most people are not able to do. Most people think within the confines of a program that has been set before them from the time where they started to grow in a school, or they started to grow in society, or they started to grow into, the working environment, and then they limit or they build that thinking within the confines of the walls of that environment, which has shaped how they see things. But intelligent people, you recognize them with this definitive characteristic of being able to be creative. Creativity is thinking a little bit outside the box. When everyone is going there, intelligent people are the ones who always go the opposite direction. So in every environment you find yourself in, look for that person who seems to be the black sheep. That's the intelligent guy. I believe you know that in neurobiology there's something called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the ability of the mind to grow and expand, and in simple terms, this is more like a brain growth mechanism or intelligence growth mechanism or process that happens when someone does something that is outside of their comfort zone. The reason why intelligent people are creative is because they're willing to go outside what seems to be comfortable and try out new things. So instead of being rigid about how things should be done, or how things should go, or how things should follow a certain process or pattern, intelligent people remain open-minded and remain flexible about what can be done. They take joy in trying out new things. They take joy and pleasure in trying to explore how things look like when done differently. They think differently, basically. My dear friends, I'm gonna share the funny and last sign of intelligence, even though it's not the least, it's the last but not the least sign of intelligence. It's very funny, this one, but it's the truth, and you're going to agree with me on this one. Intelligent people talk to themselves. Intelligent people, the reason why they're okay with being in their own company, they're okay with their solitude, is because they have an interesting mind. They're able to sit on their own and you find them laughing or smiling alone or talking to themselves, because to them it comes easy talking to themselves. So you'd realize that intelligent people do not mind being in that room. You'll hear them talking and you wonder, who are they talking to? No, they're just talking to themselves. They're having a conversation with themselves. So if you're a parent, you're listening to this episode and you are worried why your child is talking to themselves, it's nothing. It's just a sign of intelligence, and you need to embrace that. My dear friends, this brings us to the end of our episode. This is episode 6 of the Insightful podcast. But I have a bonus for you, and the bonus is that intelligent people are really observant. Unlike many people who most of the times tend to boast about their accomplishments, tend to boast about their jobs, tend to boast about the things they have, intelligent people, on the other hand, are observers. They tend to keep quiet and watch people and listen to what people have to say. That is why most intelligent people, when you see them, you will not even realize that they're intelligent, because when they're in places where there are a lot of people, they tend to be quiet and they listen. They're very attentive to details, because that's how intelligent people operate. This brings us to the end of the Insightful Daily, episode number 6. I'm your friend, the visionary 4 times. Hope to see you again in the next episode. Have a lovely day.